Growing up, I think both of us, we were in competition. Me being the stronger of the two, even though in the birth order I was second, I sort of took over. I saw him as someone who was more weak than I. When he wasn't pounding on me and I grew up a little bit and could run a little faster or pound him back. That kind of worked to my advantage since I took over the birth order, the first spot, meaning that I was in charge of everything, and I rather like it that way.
When I was in high school, we all had to go in and get registered for the draft, and some of us, our number was low and some of it was high. Mine was in between. This other guy, his was like number 1, but his birthday wasn't, his 18th birthday wasn't until next year. So he went and enlisted. When the year came up, his number was way high and he really didn't have to go, but when he went to Vietnam, got his arm blowed off and they sewed it back on. He went through hell.
Growing up with him was rather exciting at times. Seems he liked to work with explosives. He was always blowing something up. And when he wasn't blowing something up, he was probably pounding on me.
This guy, when I was growing up, he was calm, cool, and collected. Never said any cuss words. Never did nothing. Then he went to Vietnam. Came back from Vietnam. He got a Harley, parked it in his living room. After that, I went over to see him one time, and he's catching something in the air. What are you doing? He said, I'm catching flies and eating them. I said, are you crazy? And then he says, yeah, I eat anything. So I didn't believe it. Then he said somebody threw up and he ate off the floor. And first it started out as a gag. But then after that, every place he went to, they did it. And then they used to go to parties. You know, you go to somebody's party, say, we're going to come over, we're going to have a little party, have some drinks. So they go in the guy's refrigerator and find the nastiest thing you can find in the refrigerator and eat it. And most of these guys never got sick. The nastiest thing I ever seen him eat was stale, moldy, pickled quail eggs. They were nasty, stunk, and he ate it and then he get sick. Well, when he was younger, he was pretty smart, and we thought he'd go pretty far. But then after he came back from Vietnam, he joined a motorcycle gang, and he had a job, but he was doing drugs and getting in trouble, but he went from night and day going back from Vietnam.